Do you have good invention? That's what Bach certainly hoped to instill in his pupils when he wrote his Inventions and Symphonies. So today we are going to take a look at Bach's inventions for keyboard and figure out why he wrote them, who he wrote them for, what their function is, and all that good stuff. The Inventions and Symphonies, or the 2- and 3-part inventions, are a collection of 30 short keyboard compositions, so we are going to be spending 2 episodes taking a closer look into the 15 inventions.
Bach wrote this collection in 1723 for his son Wilhelm Friedemann to develop his technique. And it's described in Bach's own words as forthright instruction, wherewith the lovers of the clavier, especially those desirous of learning, are shown in a clear way not only 1, to learn to play 2 voices clearly, but also after further process 2, to deal correctly and well with 3 obligato parts. Furthermore, at the same time to obtain not only good ideas, but also to carry them out well, and above all to achieve a cantabile style of playing, and thereby to acquire a strong foretaste of composition. So there's actually a lot to be said just in Bach's preface, even if it seems on the surface like it's just a standard old blurb that composers like to put on their works. There are a few key words that stick out here. So the very first one is aufrichtig. Sorry for the pronunciation, but aufrichtig, that is the very first word that he uses. And if you plug this word into Google Translate, it comes out as sincere. But through the different scores that we've looked at, we've found 3 different translations of this word: straightforward, forthright, and upright. Obviously, it all really comes down to the same principle, but there are overtones here that are continually lost in translation. So I think this really comes down to the faith that Bach had in his pupils and the candidness and sincerity in which he wanted to convey his music. Then there's the word cantabile, which to us obviously means a singing style. But that connotation also developed a lot over the centuries, kind of reaching a sticking point in 19th century composers. So when we see cantabile in a score, we think of the section as a singing section with a flowing and beautiful legato quality. Bach, however, probably would have thought of it more as directly related to the work of a singer, in that one must articulate the words and their meaning very clearly. So it's of the utmost importance that the keyboardist must also articulate each motive clearly, its passage, entrance, and exit, and how it interacts and creates a harmony. All of this is meant to be held in the mind while the invention is being played. And really, this is the essence of contrapuntal music, where the independence of each voice results in a harmony.
So let's get back into the word invention again. What exactly is an invention? Is it a style? Is it a form? In extra musical terms, when we dig into the dictionary, invention is defined as 1. Noun, the act of inventing, which is just annoying. By the 5th definition down, we got invention, an act or instance of creating or producing an exercise of imagination, especially in art, music, etc. And this is clearly much more relevant to us.
So now we have this 21st century definition, but what did it mean to Bach? Traditionally, the concept of invention can be traced all the way back to Cicero, the great Roman orator. In his De Inventione, Cicero listed the 5 stages of creating an oration: invention, inventio; arrangement, dispositio; style, elocutio; memory, memoria; and delivery, pronunciatio. And while clearly these 5 stages can't be put word for word into the art of composition, it describes quite well the complete process of composition into performance. So this word invention points immediately to the act and basis of composition, the good invention, which is exactly what Bach was writing about in the preface that we discussed earlier. Furthermore, at the same time, to obtain not only good invention, but also to carry them out well. By the way, I think I'm going to start using this phrase a lot more.
Do you possess good invention?
Another interesting little tidbit is that the Inventions and Symphonies were actually originally included in Klavierbuchlein from 1720, which included many other works as well. In it they were titled Preambulum and Fantasias. So it wasn't until 1723 that the pieces were reworked and renamed Inventions and Symphonies. Why were they renamed? It's all very much veiled in obscurity, but we do have evidence that Bach had one of his scribes, also known as Anonymous 5, copy of a score of Francesca Antonia Bonparti's Inventioni for violin and continuo. Bach made many notes on the score and then later in the same year renamed his own pieces. Coincidence? We don't know. But in any case, Bach only ever refers to the form of invention as an idea and development. In terms of genre, an invention is not a prelude or a two-part fogata. It is its own clear, unique form characterized by simplicity and liveliness of the principal motifs composed with the express purpose of creating a clarity in contrapuntal texture and harmonic structure.
You got all that?
So we hope you got all that. There's a lot of information there, and we'll continue with another episode of Inventions because there's a lot more we can dig into specific inventions. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe, and leave us a comment below. Stay safe and healthy, and until next time.
Bye.